Get off the sidelines and take control of your financial future at www.tackletrading.com. Get in the game.
Well, let's run through the sectors real quick just to get a quick look at, just get a look at them. So let's go with sector ETFs there.
You got a couple watch lists, huh?
Oh, I got just a few. I've only been working on it for like years. So if you look at your main sectors there, and again, you can kind of run through those quickly.
Materials. That one's big time affected by dollar.
Big support zone, maybe affected by tariffs. Something where you can see lower highs, the higher lows in this situation. You've got a general uptrend in that ballpark. So it's a big important price zone for that. Yeah. But it's definitely showing some weakness as of late. Energy sector, I actually tend to be bullish on energy this time of year.
Too.
But it hasn't
the fundamentals
really taken off. So it's got this $66 threshold, and I'm just waiting to see if it's going to get any lift off there. If it breaks down, I wouldn't be surprised to see it dropping towards 64.
Right.
But my typical expectation for energy this time of year, again, heading into June, July, is bullishness. And so we haven't really seen the energy sector respond. Some of the stronger sectors out there are the financial sector.
There we go.
We looked at our, scouting report this week in the market scoreboard.
Right.
We did show some strength in the financial sector, so we're watching to see if that support zone holds. If we see any upward movement from there.
That's a huge industry being affected by the interest rates tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely affect that. Industrials, kind of in the middle. That really is about as pretty of a symmetrical triangle as you really get.
Absolutely, right there.
And symmetrical triangles are kind of, that classic, can't tell if it's coming or going, higher lows, lower highs.
Waiting for tariffs.
Yeah, certainly could be. Tariff information, I think a lot of that's going to be priced in. But just watch for the break on that. And this is one of those times where I think straddles actually work. It's when you have a consolidation pattern like that, and you can do a straddle or a strangle. And
debit condor.
You can, debit condor, something like that, where you can play it both directions. You don't have to predict. You can try and play it both ways. I was pretty bullish on tech, and even with the recent news, I'm wondering if it will recover. I think the tech sector has been one of the leading sectors out there, and so I'm sure some traders and investors are going to look at this as an opportunity to buy the dip. I think one of the big fish being Facebook. It doesn't necessarily need to infect all the other fish in the pond, so to speak. With the misuse of their data, that's being talked about, highly politicized. But I think that on average, the tech sector looks relatively good. It's just coming off of a brand new high,
right?
Pull back down into a buy zone, and you got a small inside candle there. I think you need some confirmation on the sector, but I would look to find the stronger candidates. And if you're again, you can play your Facebook if you want to, but maybe you go pick off some of the other candidates out there.
There's a lot better candidates out there.
Oh yeah. QQQ obviously is going to mirror that. Same basic stocks make up the group. Consumer staples breaking support, so that looks like it's struggling a bit.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Well, a heightened interest rate certainly affects dollar, affects buying power, affects a lot of things. So I think that'll be interesting to watch. The big key price zone here. Anytime you get big key threshold.
Critical level.
Absolutely. So I'd actually kind of look at that one for more bearish activity. Here's our real estate sector that would be definitely affected by interest rates. And there's kind of your big support resistance threshold right there, that 30.
And seasonality wise, Easter to, I forget what it is real estate season. It kicks off in Easter. And I think it goes to Halloween. I'm not sure. Or is it?
It's generally those warmer summer months on average. But again, will the interest rate environment affect that?
Yeah, will it mess up the seasonality?
Could be. So that's one where, we see the double bottom. We see the nice rally in there, but we also see the bigger context downtrend.
Yeah, and is it testing the breakout point, that triple top breakout right now? It's testing it right now.
Absolutely testing it. So you could see where that could form into like a, cup and handle where it comes up, hits that, and then, takes off. I'd probably say 3150 is your line in the sand for confirmation.
Yep. That's a great. It's a great number trade there. Guys, for example, when I see stocks at that price, once I know the trend, it's not that big of a trend because it's not a big mover. Diagonal calendars for stuff like that. What do you got there?
Utility sector, again, normally I'm seasonally bullish on this. A lot of the utility stocks don't really have big personalities. They're more subdued because they're utility companies. But I look for the sector to run bullishly through May. So here it's got that kind of inverted head and shoulders, kind of higher low setup. We'll have to watch and see if we get confirmation to the upside. Followed by healthcare.
Healthcare. Look at this.
Inside consolidation can go either way.
And what's really bringing that down is the pharmaceuticals, because I was looking at PPH, and they were and IBB. They were really actually weaker than this. So if you break down the industries when you have time, there's so many guys that are really breaking down, bringing that whole sector down.
And then your consumer cyclicals still show some strength. So I think that comes, along with consumer confidence. This could be affected by interest rates because if rates go up, credit borrowing money goes, cost of borrowing money goes up. That could reduce some of your non-needs based buying, so your cyclicals. And
Right.
It's got a bullish scenario there, but again, if we see the rate hike, watch for a violation on that. That could affect that.